Well, finally, Manuel Ugarte was announced as a United player night on Friday, and finally we saw him train with the club of Manchester United, the first video that we did today. And today, obviously, his shirt number has gonna hit to be revealed, and his shirt number 25. And I'm gonna be letting you know which other United players have done this shirt number and how they're gonna hit to behave at the club of Manchester United. Welcome to this channel that goes by the names of United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are, and continue to obviously do the due diligence and really subscribe to this channel. After subscribing, hit the notification bell that will enable you to get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. And here we come in peace to obviously let you know what the world is all about onto this channel, and we are United Matters channel. And today Manchester United have gonna obviously put out the shirt number of Manuel Ugarte. He's gonna put on shirt number 25 as Manuel Ugarte, as you see him there for you into the photo that has gonna hit to be put onto the left of the screen. But let's obviously get into this one too, posted by Manchester United when Manuel Ugarte was done in shirt number 25. Now him putting on shirt number 25 comes straight into the footsteps of other players that have gonna hit to be very influential at the club of Manchester United, that include Antonio Valencia. You know him very well. United bought him from Wigan, and he was first given shirt number 7, then he really dropped it after everything never went on well, and he went ahead to obviously don into a shirt known as shirt number 25. You know Antonio Valencia, he was here for some good years and went ahead to put in a very beautiful shift, and after all those times he really turned out to be one of the players that played very many games for the club of Manchester United and was here for a very, very long time. That is Antonio Valencia. You remember him very well. The other player is Quinton Fortune. People who are not as old as me never saw him play for the club of Manchester United, but he was, I think, one of the first Africans that really played under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, and he put on shirt number 25. He was a versatile player. He could play as a left back, he could play as a central defender, he could play as a central midfielder, he could play as a left winger. That is a Quinton Fortune for you for the club of Manchester United. He went ahead to obviously play for some time for Manchester United, and then later he left. But that obviously shows you how good this player has always was to play at Manchester United, because by then we had very many talented players: Roy Keane, Teddy Sheringham, and look at the defenders. We had the likes of Gabriel Hayes, Patrice Evra. You get, so Quinton Fortune had a lot of players to compete with, and I think when competition was really intense, that's when he went ahead to leave the club of Manchester United. And the other one is Odion Ighalo, when he was loaned to Manchester United, and he played from January of 2020 to the, I think, when did he play for us? For only 6 months, I think, right? I think it was only 6 months, and he went ahead to obviously leave the club of Manchester United, but he was also given shirt number 25, and he went ahead to score some good goals into the UEFA Europa League, and I think the Carabao Cup under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That is the man himself, known as Odion Ighalo. And Odion Ighalo also went ahead to don into that shirt number 25. And now the other player that has gone ahead obviously done this number is Manuel Ugarte, who is not part of the squad of Manchester United today, that is going to be playing against Liverpool. And you know the reason. The reason is simple. The player was not registered on time. But all in all, we have to see to it that we really wait for him to come in through and put in the required shift all together. So Manuel Ugarte, shirt number 25, is what is going to be donning for the club of Manchester United, right? And after that, let's go to how the players of Manchester United went ahead to arrive at Old Trafford. And we are having that is Amadi Diallo, as you see him there. He was arriving at the side of Old Trafford, Amadi Diallo. Then Mazurui is another one who arrived earlier, like 2 hours back. Then Kobe Mainoo also arrived, and he was ready for the game. Then the other guy is Alejandro Garnacho, very excited as you see him, and is really fired up for such a journey and seeing how things are really going to be panning out. Then the other player that showed up was Joshua Zexi, as you see him there for you, and is one of those players that I'm going to be fuming if at all I don't see him start or make it in the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United, because we have to be having a number 9. And going to the international break, all we need to be doing is simple. We need to obviously put in the required shift all together and really bring in the required 11. Because if you play with the false number 9, you're gonna invite pressure of Konate, and Virgil van Dijk obviously be added onto your side. Something that you wouldn't want to happen at the side of Manchester United, and you're playing at Old Trafford. We need to play a high line, and I'm really hearing news that Matthias Layter is going to hit to start instead of Harry Maguire. That sends us a message that Manchester United is really ready to go for this game and really win it and play high line, because Lisandro Martinez and Matthias de Ligt are really paceful players and ultra quick. Then this is Ethan Whitley. Obviously, without other players, he had to obviously be invited to make it to the bench of Manchester United today, as we need in another centre forward, as the manager believes that maybe Joshua Zexi cannot play 90 minutes today. I think that's what the manager really believes. But I believe if at all Joshua Zexi gets taken off, right, then Rashford will be left to lead the line, and then we'll get in another wide forward onto the pitch. But Ethan Whitley, in a game of this magnitude, I wouldn't obviously fancy him to come in through and really do the needful, because he won't be very efficient. I saw him during the preseason, really looked good, but you can't really bring him on in a game of such a magnitude and pressure. I think we can do better and better and better as a club. Then the gaffer himself, obviously having a word with Roy Keane, that is Erik ten Hag, obviously having a word with Roy Keane at Old Trafford before the start of the game, and they're really having a chat. And by the way, Roy Keane has some good memories and was like, Ten Hag, we have to go for this, because the biggest happiness for any United fan all over the world is us beating Liverpool. That is it, because this is the biggest football rivalry in United Kingdom football, and you see him pointing on the head and is like, it's all about mentality. And I tell you what, I've just gone ahead, obviously prepare my team to obviously take on the side known as Liverpool. And Erik ten Hag wants to win this game of football, and even Roy Keane is like, please, let's go for it, and let's obviously make them cry at Old Trafford like we did. And remember, Liverpool hasn't gone ahead to beat Erik ten Hag in any competition at Old Trafford. 1 draw, 2 losses, for Liverpool. You know that very well. And then we are having the big man who really made us support Manchester United, especially me, is Alex Ferguson. As you see him there, he arrives at Old Trafford buzzing up for this game of football that is going to be taking place in between Manchester United and the side of Liverpool. So that is Fergie for you. And all he wants to see is Manchester United beating this team hands down. That is it. And I think we stand a better chance to obviously beat them, because at least we now have a central defense. And if at all they fail to beat us into the FA Cup and the Premier League last season, when we never had a very good central defense, what of today, when we at least look good and better into the season, and other players are really charged up for this in here for you. So Erik ten Hag arrives at Old Trafford, and obviously call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Manuel Ugarte's shirt number that has been given to him. And in the nick of time, I'm going to be returning with what we call the match day live, telling you who has started, who is not in the team, and we are going to be breaking everything well as anticipated into the mix. The starting 11 is out for the club of Manchester United, and that means we'll end this for now and open up the new chapter of the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United into this encounter. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.